They say Father Time loses to no one, and over 12 stellar years, Wladimir Klitschko shaped up well. In terms of sportsmen with a story, you won't find too many more interesting than former heavyweight boxing champion Wladimir Klitschko. The son of a Soviet Air Force general, Wladimir has a PhD in sports science, is an avid chess player and humanitarian. He speaks 4 languages, and his fiancée is a US television actress. And boxing runs in the family. His older brother Vitali, a former heavyweight champ himself, is the mayor of the Ukraine capital, Kyiv. Wladimir Klitschko rose to prominence with a super heavyweight gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics, and from there he racked up 69 wins, and 53 of those by knockout. As he prepared for a 2014 bout with Australian challenger Alex Leapai, Klitschko was upbeat about his future in the ring.
I just celebrated my 38th birthday, and I feel about my age great. I'm thankful to the Mother Nature, to my father and mother that genetically and mentally they raised me as a good kid.
His fight with Leapai ended in the 5th round with a TKO win, taking his record to 62-3. That 3rd loss was all the way back in 2004, when American Lamont Brewster won by TKO in 5 to win the vacant WBO title. And since that day, Klitschko was a dominant force on the heavyweight scene. When he won the IBF title by defeating Chris Bird by TKO in Germany in 2006, there were 4 separate heavyweight champions in the IBF, WBA, WBO and WBC. By 2011, he and older brother Vitali would share in a unique piece of boxing history. Up next, the Klitschkos clean up. Before a career in politics became his priority, Vladimir's older brother by 4 years, Vitali, was also a boxing world champion. Vitali amassed a 45-2 record between 2006 and 2012 and retained the WBC heavyweight crown 9 times before leaving the sport for good in December 2013. It was the wish of their mother that her boys never fought each other, and both were true to that request.
Not long time.
The civil unrest in his homeland, coupled with his brother's move up the political totem pole in Ukraine, was a source of heartache for Wladimir Klitschko. It very much put in perspective his million-dollar life inside the ring, as opposed to the struggles the people of his country have experienced as they push for democracy, with his brother Vitali at the forefront.
In boxing, you could get black eye or bloody nose. In the politics, you can get the ox in the food or bullet in the head. So it's much more tougher than anything that Vitali could choose in his life. And I was against that and against Vitali's going to the politics. But on the other hand, I know that makes him feel good.
And even as he prepared for that bout with Leapai, you got the indication his preparation wasn't always focused entirely on the opponent.
You know, my mind is over there, my body's here, in another way to say. But everything was going on in Ukraine. War is a lot. There are humans' lives on the line.
But perhaps it's those traits of mental toughness instilled in him by his parents that were the key to his success. Ever since that IBF win that included the vacant IBO title, Klitschko began picking off the other championship belts as well. In February 2008 in New York, he won the WBO title from Russian Sultan Ibragimov in a unanimous decision. 2 more wins over American Eddie Chambers and then Nigeria's Samuel Peter set up a title shot against Brit David Hay for the WBA super heavyweight crown in July 2011. The bout had been a long time coming.
And I've declared war on the Klitschko family.
For 2 years, Hay had been calling out the Klitschko brothers and insulted them by wearing a t-shirt that depicted him holding the severed heads of the brothers.
You know, I know what Vladimir is about. I've seen him fight dozens of times, and I'm not impressed.
The Klitschkos were furious and lining up to fight Hay. Finally, it would be Vladimir who got his wish in a heavyweight unification fight. Hay said Klitschko was a robot and would malfunction on fight night. And not surprisingly, there was a scuffle at a pre-fight press conference. Vladimir was the dominant fighter on the night, working his jab with precision, only unleashing his huge right on occasion, winning all but 2 rounds, the 3rd and the 12th. In the end, it was Klitschko by unanimous decision, his 56th professional win, and was magnanimous in victory.
You got balls, and you moved up to heavyweight and you challenged me. So after 2 years of talk and after 2 years of all this hot air that has been blown back and forth, eventually we fought, and I think it's fantastic. It's great for boxing.
With that win, the fact Vitali had the WBC title, the Klitschko brothers owned every major heavyweight belt on offer. Boxing hasn't had an undisputed heavyweight champion since Mike Tyson. But Vladimir never got his shot at the WBC crown. A win alongside his other belts would have seen him become the first man in boxing history to own all 4 major sanctioning organizations' world titles. Father Time may have beaten him to the punch, but Dr. Steelhammer is one of the great heavyweight fighters of all time.